Can a keto diet cause lactic acidosis? Have you ever wondered if a ketogenic diet could lead to lactic acidosis? This is an important question, especially for those considering or currently following this popular eating plan. Let's break it down. Lactic acidosis is a condition where lactic acid builds up in the body, making the blood too acidic. This condition is different from ketoacidosis, which involves a buildup of ketone bodies. The ketogenic diet is designed to push the body into a state called ketosis, where fat is burned for fuel instead of carbohydrates. Now, while the ketogenic diet can affect the body's acid-base balance, it usually leads to a mild form of metabolic acidosis known as ketosis. This is generally well managed by the body's natural systems. However, long-term adherence to a ketogenic diet has been linked to metabolic acidosis in some animal studies. This does not mean it causes lactic acidosis directly. Ketoacidosis, particularly diabetic ketoacidosis, is a serious condition. It involves high levels of ketones and is often accompanied by elevated blood sugar levels. This is a medical emergency and should be treated immediately. On the other hand, lactic acidosis typically occurs due to a lack of oxygen in tissues or other medical issues. So, can a ketogenic diet cause lactic acidosis? The evidence suggests no. Most cases of metabolic acidosis related to the ketogenic diet are more about ketoacidosis than lactic acidosis. There are rare instances, like lactation ketoacidosis, or when someone faces additional stressors such as infections or vomiting. In these cases, ketoacidosis can occur, but it is not the same as lactic acidosis. Certain conditions can increase the risk of ketoacidosis for those on a ketogenic diet. These include pregnancy, lactation, diabetes, or other metabolic stresses. In these situations, the body may struggle to maintain a proper acid-base balance, leading to potential acidosis. However, these scenarios are exceptions rather than the norm and are not specifically linked to lactic acid buildup. If you are considering a ketogenic diet, it is wise to keep a few things in mind. Ensure you have a balanced intake of carbohydrates, typically around 100 grams per day, to avoid excessive ketone production. If you have underlying health issues that could lead to acidosis, it is best to consult with a healthcare professional before starting a strict ketogenic diet. If you experience symptoms like nausea, vomiting, or fatigue while on the diet, it is important to seek medical advice. This will help rule out acidosis or any other complications. In summary, while a ketogenic diet can lead to a type of metabolic acidosis related to ketone bodies, it does not typically cause lactic acidosis. Lactic acidosis is linked to different metabolic processes and is usually associated with conditions that cause oxygen deprivation or impaired metabolism. So, while monitoring is essential, especially for those with health concerns, lactic acidosis is not a common outcome of following a ketogenic diet.